Let's put a smile on that face. And here we go.
This is Sportscenter.
Hi there, I'm Chris Berman. We got a lot of games to cover, so let's get to it. In our first game this week, we had the Packers squeak to a one-point victory. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Saints win their fourth game of the year. Travis Fisher stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Quincy Morgan had over 50 yards receiving and helped his Browns beat the Steelers. Right by Lady Liberty in New York, we had the Jets get sent away with a 7-point loss. Over at 3Com Park, we had the 49ers walk away with a 6-point victory. Dolphins, Patriots. Tom Brady calling signals at the 9-yard line. Crowd into it now. Rolls right. And look at this toss across his body between defenders. Picture perfect 6. The Patriots win this one by the final score of 28-24. The Vikings lost on the road and will have to travel again next week to meet the Saints. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. Before we get to the big news of the week, let's do a quick shakedown on the rest of the NFL's injuries. Darrell Jackson sticks out on this list as one of the more costly injuries. He's suffering from a twisted knee, and he'll be out for 6 weeks. Now the big story of the day. Corey Chavis is going to find himself on the shelf, and that will be a major blow to his team. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
The Raiders' defense held their opponents to under 100 passing yards in their win at the RCA Dome. Steve Smith had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for it. Trey?
All right, Chris. Let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. Jamie Duncan is on the move. Perhaps not for all that he thought he'd get, but a good deal nonetheless. 3 years, $3.1 million. Lester Towns is on the move as well as he signs a 3-year contract with the Colts.
Jaguars, Chargers. LaDainian Tomlinson would certainly like to help his team get into the end zone. And he's set 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage now. Looks to bounce outside. Does so. Gets a block. Touchdown. 10 yards. The Chargers go on to win this by the final score of 24-17. Kevin Johnson had over 50 yards receiving and helped his Ravens beat the Redskins. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Cowboys pick up win number 2. And in our final game, we had the Falcons come away victorious. So another week in the books here on ESPN, but what do you say we hand out a few game balls before we go? Here's my primetime players. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
Why so serious?